Hello, how you guys doing? What's going on? Welcome to Deep Newer News. I am your host Gigi Medici. Everybody's talking about Jay Prince. Everybody's talking about NBA YoungBoy friend Ben and everything that's going on. I'm hearing so many stories, so many rumors. I came across this video and I think you guys want to hear what they're saying on the updates. I'm hearing that he's paralyzed. I'm hearing that 1 minute he's going to make it, next minute he's not going to make it. People are blaming people for making silly and stupid choices. So let's get into it, you guys. I need you guys to hype me up, hype me up. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at Deep Noir News. I'm Gigi Medici. Let me put my headphones on and see what's really going on. And I just want to say, I really appreciate you guys for reacting with me to see what's really going on with our brothers, right? Oh, I love my brothers so much. Let's go.
Ben 10 mom say this. Thank you, my God, for not leaving my son. You cover him. Red heart emoji. Well,
Mm.
good for her, because he ain't gonna be able to walk no more, according to rumors.
What?
Ben 10 paralyzed. They didn't make
Oh, that is life changing. He's not going to be able to walk no more, y'all. That changes his whole life. His life would never be the same. That's so heartbreaking. But people are saying it's because of him. Let's just look. Let's look, y'all. Get these likes up.
public yet. I'm gonna catch your name and pick out when I post this. Okay, bro, please. So, LOL. I don't want to be in none of that BR mess.
Ben 10 is paralyzed, and Jay Prince Jr. could be arrested for it. The son of one of the
Oh
most
my
powerful men
God.
in hip hop history arrested because a man who rode out for him
Whoa.
is now laying in a hospital bed unable to move his legs. April 8th,
Crazy.
Houston. A restaurant called Confessions. All Star Jr. was trying to leave the building. Jay Prince Jr. found out he was there and made a call, assembled his people, sent them to that elevator. Ben 10 showed up out of
Mm.
loyalty and caught multiple bullets. Now he can't
Oh,
walk, and Jay
shoot.
Prince Jr. could be in trouble real soon.
Damn.
Here's exactly what happened inside that restaurant, who was there, how the shooting went down,
Oh,
and why Jay
God.
Prince Jr. is the one wearing cuffs when he never fired a single shot. Let's get into it.
Woo.
All right, fam, to understand how we got here, we need to go back and set the table. Because a
Set
lot of
the
y'all hearing
table.
these names and you don't fully know the weight behind them. So
We
let me
don't.
break it down for you
Break
real
this
quick.
shit
First, Jay
down.
Prince Jr. Now, if you know anything about Houston rap politics, you know the Prince family is not a family you play with. His
I know
father,
that's right.
James
I
Prince
heard you.
Sr., built Rap-A-Lot Records from the ground up. We're
You
talking
got
the
to check
label that
in.
gave the world the Ghetto Boys, Scarface, and helped launch some of the biggest careers in Southern hip hop. The Prince name in Houston carries generational weight. Generational.
Mm.
These aren't just music industry people. This family
Mm.
has real street credibility, real connections, and a reputation that stretches far beyond the
Mm-hmm.
music business. Jay Prince Jr., James Prince Jr., has been living in that shadow and trying to carve his own lane. But the problem is, and I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all, JR's name keeps coming up in situations that have nothing to do with music. We've
Mm.
seen him get pulled over in Miami. We've seen him in situations with finesse 2 times. And now his name is attached to one of the most serious incidents of 2026. And this time,
Mm.
it ain't just internet smoke. There are cameras, there are witnesses, there's a man in a hospital bed who may never walk again. Now let's talk about NBA Ben 10, real name Ben Anthony Fields. Ben 10 is one of NBA Young Boys affiliates, part of that Never Broke Again camp. If you follow YB's world at all, you know that camp is deep, it's loyal, and it's not soft. Ben 10 has been riding with that team for years. He's not some random, he's a real figure in the Baton Rouge street rap scene, a guy who people in that culture respect, which makes what happened to him even more shocking because this was not some random victim. This was a man who came to Houston with his people and ended up on the wrong end of a situation that, honestly, fam, never should have involved him the way it did. And then we got All Star
Mm.
Jr., real name Jeremy Ford, born February 6, 1994, out of Detroit, Michigan,
Mm.
specifically Joy Road on the west side before moving to the east side. All Star JR came up as part of the Detroit collective All Stars Ball Hard alongside T Grizzly, All Star Lee, and All Star Poe. This is a Detroit street rapper gang. Not a soft boy,
Whoa.
not a clout chaser. A man from the
Detroit.
D who built his reputation in one of the
D.
toughest rap cities in America. He's got mixtapes, he's got history, and on the night of April 8th, 2026, he proved he wasn't going out without a fight. These are your three main characters. And the setting? A restaurant called Confessions, located at the 3200 block of Kirby Drive in Houston, Texas. Wednesday night, late, around 11:30 p.m. Now that you know the players, let's talk about what actually happened. But here's where it
What
gets
happened?
crazy, because this situation didn't start at Confessions. It started way before that. And it started over something that, when I tell you, is going to make you shake your head. A woman. That's right. According to what's been circulating, and multiple sources are pointing in this direction, the root of this entire situation traces back to a female, specifically All-Star Jr.'s baby mama. Now, allegedly, Jay Prince Jr. got involved with this woman. And not only that, there are reports suggesting that JR allegedly got physical with All-Star JR's child, his kid, Fam. Now, I want to be clear. That specific detail is still alleged and unconfirmed as of this video, but that's what the streets are saying, and that's what appears to be the ignition point for everything that followed. So you already know when you mix street politics with personal disrespect, especially when kids are involved, things don't stay in the DMs, things don't stay in the comment section, things escalate. Now here's the setup. All-Star Jr. ends up in Houston. Whether he was there for music, business, or whatever, the man was in Jay Prince Jr.'s city, and somehow the two worlds collided. Reports suggest that when Jay Prince Jr. got word that All-Star Jr. was in the building at Confessions that night, a call went out. JPJ reportedly reached out and started squatting up, pulling in his people to come to the scene. And who showed up with that energy? Ben 10.
Okay, why are you messing with him? Mind your business. People can come to Texas, shit.
Another YB affiliate, and members of the Mob Ties crew. Now think about that for a second. Think about the chess pieces on the board. You got Houston royalty, the Prince family's heir, calling in reinforcements because a Detroit rapper who allegedly got played by him is in the same building, and the move is to send a squad to confront him at the elevators while the man was literally trying to leave, because that's the part that really gets me, gang. All-Star JR was reportedly on his way out. He was leaving, and they caught him near the elevators. They surrounded him. Multiple people, rushing this one man trying to rip his chains off his neck, hitting him with chairs, jumping him like this was some old school wrestling pay-per-view. And through all of that, All-Star JR held it together. Now let me pause here because I need y'all to really visualize this scene. You got one man, being swarmed by a crew in a restaurant. He gets taken to the ground. People are swinging, chairs flying. It looked, by all accounts, like it was going to be a one-sided beatdown. But here's what really happened. And this is the part that changed everything. The gun fell out. One of the people in Ben 10's crew, allegedly, was carrying. And during the chaos of the fight, the weapon hit the floor. And All-Star Jr., who reportedly was not even strapped that night because he may have been a felon, grabbed that gun. Their own gun. And that's when everything shifted. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that, the power dynamic in that restaurant flipped completely. At approximately 11:30 p.m. on Wednesday, April 8th, 2026, Houston police responded to gunfire at Confessions Restaurant on Kirby Drive. What they found when they arrived was chaos. 2 victims, shot. Lieutenant R. Wilkins of the Houston Police Department stepped to the cameras and described what investigators found on the scene. One victim had been shot multiple times in the torso. The other had been struck in the lower extremities, legs, arms, all over, multiple wounds, and now the streets started.
Remind me to never go out with these niggas, okay? Because I end up getting popped just by being with these niggas. Listen, y'all have to keep me put up in a hotel. I'm going to stay in a hotel while y'all go to the club, y'all do the concert. I'm going to stay in a hotel. Okay, high rise, all right? Ooh, security, okay? Shit.
Immediately.
3200 Kirby Drive at the Confessions nightclub, just behind me upstairs. It's a bar / restaurant type location. Tonight there was probably, 20, 30 people in there and several servers and everything. Got some pretty good video. We got 2 victims on the scene right now. This is a shooting. We got 2 victims. Let's see. One's been shot multiple times in the torso, probably in his late 20s. Another one's been shot in the extremities and the lower extremities, and also all throughout his arms and everything several times. He's probably in his mid-20s. They're both transported to local hospitals right now, and they're both in very critical condition. So My name is Lieutenant R. Wilkins, Willkens.
Within hours of the incident, word began spreading that one of those victims was NBA Ben 10, and the condition reports coming through were grim. Not just shot, not just injured, critical, ICU, intensive care. But it gets worse than that, because according to multiple sources, and this is where the paralysis rumors come in, Ben 10 reportedly took damage that is going to affect him for the rest of his life. The man may not walk again, fam. That's not confirmed officially yet. The family and his team have not made a public statement about paralysis specific.
Damn, y'all, he not gonna walk again. Oh my God. That's gonna affect his to hit it from the back. Hit it from the back. How he gonna hit it from the back if that one leg is broke? I gotta cross his ass off the list. The only thing I can do is give him some good wet, some good down. But nah. Then that infection, that cut, oh hell nah. He fucked up. And is he gonna go to jail after this too? Oh hell nah. Do they got disabled people in jail? Possibly. I've never been. I don't know.
But the streets know, and the people close to the situation know. And when you look at the fact that there are 0 photos of Ben 10 since this happened, no peace signs, no I'm good posts, no nothing from him or his immediate circle, that silence speaks volumes. OG Monique, the mother of YB affiliate OG33, did take to Instagram to say that Ben 10 is alert and to stop the false stories about his death. And that's important. The man is alive. But alert is not the same as okay. Alert is not the same as gonna be walking out of here next week. The distinction matters, and we need to be real about that. Meanwhile, All-Star Jr. walked out of that building, he got up, he moved, and he was gone. Because here's the thing that a lot of people are missing in this conversation. What All-Star JR did was, under the law, almost certainly self-defense. The man was being jumped. He was outnumbered. He was being robbed. He grabbed a weapon that was already on the ground, and he defended himself. Houston PD confirmed the self-defense narrative almost immediately. As of the reporting from this incident, no arrests have been made. No charges have been filed against All-Star Jr. And that right there, that's the part that has the streets in an absolute frenzy. Now, here's where people started connecting the dots. And this is the part y'all really need to hear, because this goes way deeper than just a chain robbery gone wrong. Let me be direct. This was not about a chain. I need y'all to understand that. The chain story is the surface narrative. The chain is what made it look like a random robbery attempt. But if you look at everything leading up to that night, the baby mama situation, the alleged disrespect toward All-Star JR's child, the fact that people were called to that restaurant specifically, this was a message job. This was about sending a statement. And J. Prince Jr. was allegedly the architect. According to multiple accounts circulating online, including content from people close to the situation, it was JPJ who made the call that night. All-Star Jr. was leaving. He was out. And someone in J. Prince Jr.'s circle reportedly called JPJ and told him JR was there. That call is what allegedly brought the crew to confessions. That call is what put Ben 10 in that restaurant near those elevators. That call is what led to a man getting shot multiple times and ending up in the ICU. And here's the legal reality of that, and I want y'all to really sit with this. If you organize a group of people, if you call them to a location, if you coordinate a confrontation, and someone dies as a result of that confrontation, you can be charged with murder, even if you never fired a shot, even if you never threw a punch. The law has a concept called felony murder and conspiracy, and if prosecutors can establish that J. Prince Jr. was the one who assembled this group and directed them to confront All-Star Jr. that night, his exposure is significant. Think about it like this.
J. Prince, you going down, boy. Press 1 if y'all feel like J. Prince is going down. I'm sorry, honey. You know he did this, but how they going to prove it? Can they prove it, though? That's the thing. They're going to have to prove it.
If Ben 10 dies, and as of this video, he is still in critical condition in the ICU, then James Prince Jr. could potentially be looking at a murder charge. Not because he pulled a trigger, but because allegedly he set the whole thing in motion. The internet went crazy when that footage dropped showing JPJ in the background at the scene, because it confirmed he was there. He was present. And when you combine that presence with the alleged phone call, with the alleged motive involving the baby mama situation, with the crew that showed up, you're building a picture that investigators are absolutely going to look at. Houston PD said the investigation is active and ongoing. No suspects have been publicly named yet in terms of arrests. But the security camera footage from confessions, that's going to tell the story. And it's going to tell it without any spin, without any PR, without any allegedly. The tape don't lie. Now, some people online have been going back and forth about whether All-Star JR's crew deserved what happened. And look, I understand that perspective. The Detroit camp was not innocent in that building that night. There was aggression, there was a confrontation, there was a robbery attempt on Jay Prince Jr. that allegedly sparked this whole chain of events in the first place. None of these parties involved a choir boys. But here's the thing that matters legally and morally. All-Star JR responded to being physically attacked and robbed. He didn't initiate the violence at confessions. The other side came to him. That's the crucial distinction that's going to determine every legal outcome that follows. The aftermath of what happened at Confessions on April 8th sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community immediately, and the ripples are still spreading. First, the Mob Ties situation. Jay Prince Jr. has been building his Mob Ties brand and crew for years. And a lot of artists and personalities in Houston have aligned themselves with that name and that movement. But after this incident, people are starting to ask serious questions. How many situations have ended badly because of proximity to Jay Prince Jr.? People online have been counting, and the number that keeps coming up is troubling. This is not the first time the JPJ name has been attached to serious violence. Think about the Takeoff situation. Migos member Takeoff was shot and killed in Houston in 2022, and Jay Prince Jr.'s name was floating around in the vicinity of that incident as well, though he was not charged in connection with that case. The point is, pattern recognition matters. When the same name keeps appearing in proximity to tragedy, at some point the conversation has to shift from coincidence to accountability. Second, NBA. Young Boys Camp is in a complicated position. YB and Jay Prince have had documented tension, so the fact that Ben 10, a YB affiliate, was at this location allegedly because of Jay Prince Jr.'s call, that's a layer of irony that is not lost on people paying attention. Why was a member of YB's inner circle rolling with JPJ? That question is out there and it doesn't have a clean answer yet. Third, All-Star JR's position in all of this. The man from Detroit came to Houston and left standing while the other side didn't. In the streets, that narrative writes itself. But All-Star JR is not out of the woods legally. Even in a self-defense situation, you can still get pulled into a grand jury. You can still get questioned. You can still face civil liability. His lawyer is going to earn their money over the next several months navigating this. And then there's Ben 10's family, because at the end of all the street politics, all the drama, all the social media breakdowns, there is a real human being in a hospital right now. Ben Anthony Fields, a man with people who love him. And if the paralysis reports are accurate, his life is fundamentally changed forever. Not because of some grand beef he was deeply invested in, but allegedly because he showed up to support someone who put him in a situation he never should have been in to begin with. That's the part that should make people think twice, because Ben 10 didn't start this. Ben 10 allegedly came because he was called, and now Ben 10 is the one paying the highest price. Let me zoom out for a second, because this situation is bigger than just Jay Prince Jr. and NBA Ben 10. This is a story about power, about loyalty, and about how quickly both of those things can get people killed or permanently injured in these streets. Here's the
It sounds like a setup and a sacrifice. They sacrificed Ben and they set him up. I don't know what they got going on, but this sounds like a setup and a sacrifice. What y'all think? They probably meant to unalive him. And they're like, damn, they ain't do it how they should have.
The hip-hop industry has always existed on the border between entertainment and street culture. And for the most part, artists and industry figures find a way to navigate that line without crossing into genuine tragedy. But when you have people, regardless of their last name, regardless of their industry connections, who use their position to direct street action, that's when lives get destroyed. That's when the music stops mattering and the real-world consequences hit hard. Jay Prince Jr. is the son of a legend. But being the son of a legend doesn't give you the right to allegedly orchestrate situations that result in people getting shot and paralyzed. The Prince name carries weight in Houston, but that weight comes with responsibility. And right now, based on everything coming out, it looks like that responsibility was not honored on the night of April 8th. The question this community has to wrestle with is one that comes up over and over and over again. At what point do we stop making excuses for powerful people when those powerful people contribute directly or indirectly to the destruction of regular people who are loyal to them? Ben 10 was loyal. Ben 10 showed up. And now Ben 10 is fighting for his life and allegedly fighting for his ability to walk. And Jay Prince Jr., he was in that building. He's in those videos. And if Houston PD and prosecutors do their jobs, he's going to have to answer some very serious questions. Because here's what the security cameras are going to show, fam. Cameras don't have loyalty. Cameras don't have a mob ties affiliation. Cameras don't care whose daddy built Rap-A-Lot. The cameras just record. And what they recorded that night at Confessions on Kirby Drive is going to be the deciding factor in how this whole story ends. If Ben 10 pulls through, and we genuinely hope he does, because regardless of the circumstances, no one deserves to be in that condition, then Jay Prince Jr. might dodge the most serious legal exposure. But even if Ben 10 survives, there are civil suits coming, there are conspiracy investigations coming, there are grand jury questions coming. The legal chapter of this story is just beginning. And if the worst happens, if Ben 10 doesn't make it out of that ICU, then James Prince Jr. better have the best lawyer that Rap-A-Lot money can buy, because the charge changes entirely. And the Prince name, for all its history and all its legacy, won't be able to shield him from a murder case if the evidence connects him to what happened in that restaurant. No cap. Keep it 100. This is one of those situations where real life is moving faster than the internet can keep up with. The investigation is active, the cameras have the footage, and the streets already know what happened. It's just a matter of whether the courts are going to catch up. Stay locked in, subscribe, and turn that bell notification on, because the moment
Ooh, y'all heard them. Lock in, comment. What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think? Get these likes up, y'all.